Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess named Zara who lived in a splendid palace with her father, the king. Zara was kind, smart, and brave, but she was also very lonely. She had no friends to play with, no siblings to share her secrets with, and no suitors to court her. Her father loved her very much, but he was too busy ruling the kingdom and fighting wars to spend time with her. Zara often wished she had someone to talk to, someone who would understand her and make her happy. One day, as she was walking in the palace garden, she saw a magnificent peacock perched on a fountain. The peacock had a dazzling plumage of blue, green, and gold feathers, and a long, elegant tail that trailed behind him. He looked at Zara with his bright, curious eyes and tilted his head. Zara was enchanted by the sight of the peacock and approached him slowly, hoping he would not fly away.
"Hello, beautiful bird,"
she said softly.
"What is your name?"
The peacock opened his beak and spoke in a clear, melodious voice.
My name is Ravi, princess, and you are Zara, the daughter of the king.
Zara gasped in surprise and delight. She had never met a talking bird before, let alone one who knew her name.
"How do you know who I am?"
She asked.
I know many things, princess. I have traveled far and wide and seen many wonders and secrets. I have learned the languages of animals and humans and the lore of magic and nature. I have come to this palace to seek your friendship, for I have heard of your kindness and loneliness.
Zara felt a warm feeling in her heart. She felt as if she had found a long-lost friend, someone who could fill the emptiness in her life. She smiled and said,
"I would love to be your friend, Ravi. You are the most amazing creature I have ever seen. Will you stay with me in the palace?"
Ravi nodded and said,
Princess, I will be with you as long as you wish. But there is one thing you must promise me. You must never tell anyone about me. Never let anyone see me. Because I am not an ordinary man. I am a cursed prince.
Zara was astonished and curious. She wanted to know more about Ravi's story, but she also respected his wish for secrecy. She agreed to keep him hidden from everyone and to meet him every day in the garden. She brought him food and water, and they talked for hours. They shared their stories, their dreams, their fears, and their joys. They laughed and sang and played. They became the best of friends, and Zara felt happier than ever before. But their happiness did not last long. For one day, a messenger arrived at the palace with an urgent news. The king of a neighboring kingdom had declared war on Zara's father and was marching towards the palace with a large army. Zara's father had to prepare for battle, and he decided to send Zara away to a safe place. He told her to pack her belongings and get ready to leave the next morning. Zara was terrified and sad. She did not want to leave her home, her father, and her friend. She ran to the garden to tell Ravi the bad news. She found him waiting for her by the fountain, his feathers shining in the sun.
"Ravi, I have to go.
She said, tears in her eyes.
My father is sending me away because of the war. I don't know when I will see you again."
Ravi looked at her with sorrow and compassion. He said,
I know, princess. I heard the news. I am sorry for your trouble, and I will miss you terribly. But you must go for your safety and your father's peace of mind. You must not worry about me, for I will be fine. I will wait for you here until you return.
Zara hugged him and said,
"I will never forget you, Ravi. You are my truest friend, and I love you. Please, be careful and don't let anyone find you. Promise me you will be here when I come back."
Ravi said.
I promise, Zara. I love you too, and I will always be your friend. Go now and be brave. I will see you soon.
They said goodbye and parted with heavy hearts. Zara left the palace with a small escort of guards and rode away to a distant castle. Ravi stayed in the garden, hiding from the eyes of the palace staff and the soldiers. The war was fierce and long. Zara's father fought bravely, but he was outnumbered and outmatched by his enemy. He was wounded and captured, and his palace was sacked and burned. Zara heard the news and was filled with grief and fear. She didn't know what had happened to Ravi, or if he was still alive. She prayed for his safety and hoped for a miracle. The miracle came in the form of a young prince from a faraway land. His name was Arjun, and he was handsome, brave, and noble. He had heard of the war and the plight of Zara's father, and he decided to help him. He gathered his army and sailed across the sea and joined forces with the remaining loyalists. He fought against the invaders and freed Zara's father from his prison. He restored peace and order to the kingdom and rebuilt the palace. He was hailed as a hero and a savior, and Zara's father was grateful to him. He offered him his daughter's hand in marriage as a reward and a sign of friendship. Arjun accepted the offer, for he had seen Zara's portrait and fallen in love with her beauty. He sent a letter to her, telling her of his deeds and his feelings, and asking her to come back and marry him. Zara received the letter and was torn between joy and sorrow. She was happy that her father was alive and well, and that her kingdom was saved. She was also flattered by Arjun's words and impressed by his actions. He seemed like a good and worthy man, and she felt a spark of attraction for him. But she also remembered Ravi and the promise she had made to him. She wondered if he was still waiting for her, or if he had given up on her. She longed to see him again, and to tell him how much she missed him. She did not know what to do. She decided to write back to Arjun, and to tell him the truth. She thanked him for his kindness and his courage, and she praised him for his virtues. She also told him about Ravi, and how he was her friend and her love. She asked him to understand and to respect her feelings. She said she would come back to the palace, but she would not marry him unless he agreed to let her see Ravi and to free him from his curse. Arjun was surprised and hurt by Zara's letter. He did not expect her to have another love, and he did not believe her story about a talking peacock. He thought she was either lying or delusional, and he was angry and jealous. He wrote back to her and told her to forget about Ravi. He said he did not care about her feelings, and he did not want to share her with anyone. He said he had saved her father and her kingdom, and he deserved her gratitude and her hand. He said he would not let her see Ravi, and he would not free him from his curse. He said he would marry her by force if necessary, and he would keep her locked in the palace, away from the world. Zara was shocked and scared by Arjun's letter. She realized he was not the man she had thought he was, and she did not want to marry him. She wanted to escape from him and to find Ravi. She decided to run away from the castle and to make her way back to the palace. She packed a few things and waited for the night. She sneaked out of her room and mounted a horse. She rode away, hoping no one would notice her. But someone did notice her. It was one of Arjun's spies who had been sent to watch over her. He followed her and reported her movements to Arjun. Arjun was furious and alarmed. He gathered his men and chased after her. He vowed to catch her and to punish her for her betrayal. Zara rode as fast as she could, but she could not outrun Arjun. He caught up with her and blocked her way. He ordered his men to seize her and to bring her to him. He glared at her with rage and contempt and said,
"How dare you, Zara? How dare you run away from me and try to see that cursed bird? Don't you know I am your master and you are my property? You will do as I say and you will marry me. And as for your peacock, I will find him and kill him. He will never see you again and you will never see him again."
Zara was terrified and defiant. She said,
No, Arjun, you are not my master, and I am not your property. You are a tyrant.
Zara did not give up hope. She remembered Ravi's words and prayed to the gods for help. She said,
Please save me from Arjun.
As Ravi sensed Princess Zara's prayer to the gods, Ravi rushed to the place where Princess Zara was imprisoned to save her from Arjun. Seeing the injustice done to Zara, Ravi fought with Arjun's soldiers who were there to save Princess Zara and defeated them and brought Princess Zara to her palace. Ravi, who was a peacock, got rid of the curse and became a human because he saved Princess Zara from Arjun and helped Princess Zara. Princess Zara was surprised to see Ravi. Ravi is a very handsome young prince. Seeing Ravi, Princess Zara felt pity and love for him. Princess Zara and Prince Ravi shared their ideas and decided to get married. They were welcomed by the people with cheers celebrating their return. They were crowned king and queen of the land, and they ruled with wisdom and justice. They lived happily ever after and never forgot their love.